Starting. Starting. It's on. I think it's on. Right? Where are we? Never know where to look for it. I just go here. That's never the right place. No, that's not it. No. Oh my goodness. Dude, this is why no one likes YouTube.
Yeah, then upload it.
And I gotta do 2 steps. Oh my goodness. Like, it didn't even change his name. It still says going for 100 races in 1 section. That's so stupid. Okay, edit. Edit. Algebra benchmark. Save. Alright, let's answer some questions. I gotta go quick because I gotta take the dog to the vet. Where'd my marker go? Oh, I lost it. Oh my goodness. No. Yes, go to that. Go be there. You can't see me shaking my head, but I'm shaking my head right now. Like, really? How hard could this be? Am I an idiot? Oh my goodness. Oh, I can hear myself. Alright. What's up, Adrian? Let's answer some math questions. Alright, write the equation of a line perpendicular to all this that passes through the point 4, -6. Okay, so what we're given is a point, not a marker, a point, and potentially slope. Okay? So we need to, I'm looking at that, I know what's happening. Okay. So if it's perpendicular, then the slope versus reciprocal. I don't know how to spell that. That might be right. Reverse reciprocal, which basically means you take -2/7, that's the original, and we flip it upside down. 2/7 becomes 7/2, and then we take the opposite of it. Okay, so -2/7 becomes +7/2. So the slope of our new line is 7/2. Okay, and we have a point for that. If we have slope and a point, we can use point-slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And then what we're just going to do is we're going to substitute in our values. So y is happy being y, minus our y value. Let's pick a different color. Y minus -6, and we're going to change that in a little bit, equals m slope we said was 7/2, x minus, and then our x value is 4. And if it just says write the equation, then we just want slope-intercept form. So we're just going to simplify this. So we distribute 7/2. And then we can simplify over here. Y minus -6 is the same as y plus 6. When is the racing? Dude, we're racing through these problems right now. That's our goal. We got to take this dog to the vet because she's turning into a pumpkin, as you can see in the picture at the bottom. So this is 7/2 x minus, okay, then let's do this work to the side because fractions are hard apparently. 7/2 times 4/1, -4. So you just multiply straight across. So 7 times -4 is -28. 2 times 1 is 2. -28 divided by 2 is 14. So this is -14. where is the racing? The racing is going on right now. All right, so we distributed. Now we got to get y by itself. So I'm going to do -6 to both sides. Whoop. This cancels out. So we end up with y equals 7/2 x. -14 minus 6 more is -20. And there is our equation. So if you graph this line, it would be perpendicular to this original line, and it would also, at some point, go through 4, -6. Piece of cake. So what is this? We write point slope form. Substitute. And simplify. And then smiley face. Piece of cake. All right, 1 down, 10 to go. I know you're freaking out. She's like, we have to go in 20 minutes. We're going to do this in 20 minutes. Okay, here's this totally new question. Write the equation of a line in standard form that's perpendicular to blah, 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 blah. So it's the same thing, but just with a different phrasing. So we want this in standard form. So let's, instead of having to redo a bunch of work, let's copy our equation in point slope form. Copy. Paste. Nailed it. Okay. So it's the same setup, only now we want standard form. So we could do this similarly to last time, or we could get fancy with it. Why not get fancy? Because we gotta get moving. So standard form looks like ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c should all be integers, and a is hopefully positive. Okay. So since we want integers, we don't want fractions. We want to get rid of this divided by 2. So to do that, we got to multiply the whole thing by 2. I'm going to multiply every single thing by 2. So 2 times y is 2y. This was plus 6, so 2 times 6 is 12 equals 7/2 times 2. 7. And then I'll multiply everything in the parentheses by 2 as well. Sure, why not? Let's see what happens. So 2 times x is 2x. Minus 2 times 4 is 8. If I mess this up, because I haven't done algebra in a while, I'll come back and put some annotations or something. All right. So now we don't have any fractions. This one looks not so bad. My answer for this one. Well, that doesn't seem right to me. 20, 28, 40. No, let's not. Let's go back. Hold on. I don't want to do that. I want to leave that x minus 4. Okay, so now if I distribute, I think this will work. Otherwise, this will be embarrassing. What's up, Josh? So we got 2y plus 12 equals 7x minus 28. Yeah, all right, this is looking good. Okay, so then I want to move my constants other side. So we got 2y equals, whoops, not 2y, or yes 2y, but I just didn't write it. 2y equals, what am I left with? 7x, negative 28, negative 12 is negative 40. Did I get my pumpkin paint assignment in 4th period? I don't know. Did you turn it in? I haven't gone back and graded them because that was like last week's work, but if you turned it in, I'll see it eventually. Okay. We want to get x back to the other side because that's what standard form looks like. Remember, this is our goal. So we do minus 7x. Whoop, that cancels out. So we have negative 7x plus 2y equals negative 40. So all we're doing at this point is we're just rearranging stuff so that it looks like what standard form is. And technically this isn't wrong, but math nerds will be like, a shouldn't be negative. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1 just to flip that sign. So I'm going to be left with positive 7x minus 2y equals positive 40. And if we did this correctly, which I hope we did, I don't know, I'm kind of rushing through this. These two equations, 7/2 x minus 20, and this equation are equivalent. I think they are. Pretty sure they are. 90% sure. Okay, moving on. Hope that was right. All right, this one's even easier. Write an equation parallel to this line that goes through this one. Well, if I made a mistake, you let me know in chat. You tell me where I made a mistake, I'll fix it. Pinky promise. Okay. 7/2. What about 7/2? That wasn't wrong. Fight me. Okay, parallel means same slope. So if we want a line parallel, it should have the exact same slope as the original. So in this case, since our original slope was negative 0.75, our new slope is going to be negative 0.75. So what's up, Eric? How's it going? So this is M. And now we have a point and we have slope, and you know what that means. We can use point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay. Let me substitute our numbers in again. Best student, ooh, that's a stretch. Y is 0. Nice, convenient. Negative 0.75, that's 3/4. So I'm just going to write 3/4 because I don't know why slope would ever be a decimal. X minus 8. And then we distribute, same as before. Fan submissions, that's not even a kid. This is, actually, let's start over here. Y minus 0, y minus nothing is just y. Negative 3/4 times x is negative 3/4 x. And then 3/4 of 8. So again, we do this to the side. Times negative 8 over 1 is 24 over 4. It's a positive 4. Just looks ugly. It's not getting much better. There it is. And then 24 divided by 4 is 6. So this is plus 6. And then since this was y minus 0, I'm already done. I don't have to move anything else. And this is our final answer. Okay. So this is the exact same question as number 1. The only difference is that if the lines are parallel, you don't change the slope. So parallel lines keep the slope the same. Perpendicular lines take the reverse reciprocal. Okay. How do you find the value of f of 3 if f of x equals 3x minus 4? Okay, this is like baby questions. So I just want to know, we rewrite this. What is y when x equals 3? Given y equals 3x minus 4. Okay, this is the exact same question as this one. This is just written with function notation. Okay, so anytime you see f of x, that's just a fancy way of saying y. Anytime you see f of some number, that's x, right? So we're going to substitute x with 3, and we're going to solve for y. So it tells us x is 3. So 3 times 3 minus 4, 9 minus 4, that's 5. And we're done. Moving on. Okay, look at this cleverly written, totally different question. What is the value of f of 3 if f of x is negative 3x squared plus 4x? Whoa, it's a brand new question, never been seen before. So same idea as before. I'm going to take this original, and I'm just going to replace, anytime I see x, I'm going to put 3. 3 squared plus 4 times 3. And then again we solve. So 3 squared is 9. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. 4 times 3 is 12. And negative 27 plus 12 is negative 15. And that is f of 3, if we want to write it out in function notation. And that's it. So if you get a question like this, whatever this is, you're going to put that number in place of x. And then you just solve. Piece of cake. Okay. Look at this cool problem. What are the x and y intercepts of this cool line I drew? I made this myself. I don't know if you can tell. So if I want x and y intercepts, nice and simple, we take the 2 points where it crosses the x and y axis. So we have this point at 0, 3. This point at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 0. So the y-intercept, okay, is where x equals 0. So that would be at 0, negative 3, or just 3. Really, 3 is the better answer. And then the x-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, or where y equals 0. So that is 7, 0, or just 7. And there's x and y intercepts. If the question went the other way around, if it said, what does the line look like if the y-intercept is 3 and the x-intercept is 7, you plot these 2 points, you draw the line between them, you circle the graph that matches that, and then you move on in your life. Easy. All right, a couple reading questions. I don't like these ones because it's written in Comic Sans, which is a gross font, but whatever. I didn't feel like making my own problems today. So plumber charges $25 for a service call plus $50 per hour. Write an equation slope-intercept form for the cost C after H hours of service. Okay, so someone was asking about this, and I was like, where are your reading skills? Slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, which is a rate per something. That's what you look for with slope. You look for some kind of rate. And then b, dude, I've always been alive. $25 service call is super low for a plumber. You get a plumber to show up to your house for less than $25 and I'll show you a bad plumber. Okay, well, b is the y-intercept, and this is the starting value. It's my favorite student that you never had. All the students I never had are my favorites. Sorry, former actual students. So now let's just put this to work. We have $25 for a service call, $50 per hour. Which of those is the rate? And the key word here, it says per hour. That has to be the rate. And since it's for H hours of service, it'd be 50H, okay, that's our rate, plus what additional charge is there? Well, that's where this $25 comes in. Just happens one time. It's not every hour, just once. So plus 25. And that whole thing represents cost. Okay, Josh, you do have me. You just asked me if you turned in the assignment for me. Yikes. If they didn't give you C and H, this is equivalent to y equals 50x plus 25. No difference here. What will be the total cost for 8 hours of work if they give you this follow-up question? 8 hours, you would just replace x with 8. So 50 times 8 plus 25, which is 425. And 10 hours, same idea, would be 525. All right, next one. Rufus collected 100 pounds of aluminum, plans to collect an additional 25 pounds each week. Write and graph the equation for P, total number of pounds. Okay, so again, mx plus b gives us two numbers. We're looking at 100 and we're looking at 25. And which of those is the rate? We collected 100 pounds. That just happened one time. Doesn't say does it repeatedly, he just did it one time, collected 100 pounds. And it says he also gets 25 pounds each week. There's the key word, each week, every week, per week. That's your rate. So our slope is 25. And if that's our rate, then this one is our starting value, plus 100. And then we just fill in our letters. What's it say? Total pounds. So that's P. After W weeks, so 25 W. How long will it take him to collect 400 pounds? So this one's a little bit different. 400 pounds, that's P here. So 400 equals 25 W plus 100. So then we just solve for W. So minus 100 from both sides. Okay, remember, slope is just a number, so don't say slope is 25x. Slope is just 25. Don't try to get fancy with it. All right, so 300 25w. Divide both sides by 25. So it would take him 12 weeks to get 400 pounds of cans. A lot of cans. Imagine 400 pounds worth of soda cans. So much. All right, almost out of time. Katie's standing behind me. She's like, why aren't you finished? It's already 5:35.
I'm watching you interact with the students.
All right, you're watching it around. Okay, simplify the square root of 90. Okay, so if you want to simplify the square roots, it's like factor trees, only there's only certain factors we care about, which are perfect squares, which are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, so on. Okay, because that's 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, blah, 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 all the way down to 10 squared. You can fill that in. You're smart kids. Okay, so if I look at 90, and I want to know which of these numbers is a factor of 90. You got this, Katie. Which is it? Which is it?
9.
9. Oh, man, you're so smart. Okay. So we can say this is the square root of 9 times the square root of 10. Okay? And this is important because what is the square root of 9?
3.
3. So we can simplify that square root. The square root of 10, can we factor out any of these numbers besides 1? Don't actually try to factor 1. That doesn't change anything. Can I factor any of these other numbers from 10?
No.
No. So we can't do anything else with this, so we leave it just like that, and then we put them back together. So the square root of 90 we can simplify as 3 square root of 10. And that's it. That's all you can do. Okay. You can factor out 5, but 5's not a perfect square, so you leave it alone. Okay? Yeah. All right. Whoa, look at this other problem. What a cool guy. Left all these problems for us. Okay, square root of 175. So again, we go back to our chart. So which of our factors, copy this list. Cursor, copy, that was cut, but whatever. Paste, okay. So which of these can I get from 175? Could be any of them.
25.
25. Okay, the trick here is anytime you see like 25, 50, 75, That's your key, that it's going to be a 25. Okay, so how many 25s are in 175? Or how many quarters in $1.75, which is 7. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, the square root of 25 is?
5.
5. Can I factor anything out of 7?
No.
No, because 7's actually prime, so there's nothing you can factor out of that. So our answer is just 5 square root of 7. And that's how you factor square roots. So don't forget your perfect squares chart. Okay? Don't forget that you know how to multiply, and you'll be fine. Factor trees. All right, last one. Ugh, gross. Let's see, this is just solve for x. So we get rid of parentheses first. So negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Okay, I'm going to bring the rest of this down. So 2x equals, I do this other set of parentheses. So that's 2x. 2 times negative 2 is minus 4. And then plus 20 is left over. Calculators are for nerds and the opposite of whatever a tryhard is. Then we just gather up like terms. So 2x minus 6x is negative 4x plus 4 equals, I only have one x over here, but I have two constants, so I can put those together. So 2x, negative 4 plus 20 plus 16. Okay, and now I just got to put everything together. Let's bring the negative 4x over. That way I don't have to deal with negative x's. Plus 4x both sides. So we've got 4 equals 6x plus 16. And then I want to get x by itself, so I'm going to get minus 16 from both sides. Band submission says it's negative 2. Let's see if he's right. He's ahead of me. Speaking of tryhards. 4 minus 16 is negative 12. Bring down the 6x. Then we divide both sides by 6. Ooh, look at that burnt orange. Hook 'em horns. Negative 12 divided by 6. Indeed, just like band submission said, my favorite former student whose name I don't know because band submissions is not a student's name. X is negative 2. There you go. All right, so take a minute, rewind the thing, play it again, and this time answer before I tell you what the answer is. Okie dokie. And then you'll all pass your tests. Simple. All right, I gotta go to the dog groomer. Peace out. Don't forget to ring that bell to get us some money for Team Trees. $1 donation for every new subscriber in the month of November. Go tell everybody. Where's my button to quit? How do I get out of here?